Toma, Vamos a hacerlo esquizo. Disfruto un panorama, el drama sin pantalla plana. Al devenir del marketing, un arlequín del Sinaí me habla. Duendes y hadas, me apaga la pava, me aclara la rabia importada. Es la peor cruzada. Prostituta con sueños de monja, todavía se moja. Le meto reja hasta con la guata floja. Por las cuevas te acomplejas, donde se aloja el mal. Si se te oxida el maxilar en orar el Corán. Ese dolor es temporal, cholaco. Que yo no me llamo Lito y tú no eres polaco. Pero está flaco un día más que peco. Seré guanaco ni huevón en nuco. Suficiente con tu grupo y el muñeco es trapo. Abro cerebro, no los lavo. Al buen entendedor todo le queda claro. Los malos triunfaron. No es de Cristo la codicia por el oro. Las hogueras, los esclavos. Tampoco tanto tarado robando estrado. ¿Quién es el jurado? Tu pecado es el bocado. El predicado estaba equivocado. Ha guardado la paz. Vas a pegarla de santa porque la fe es un mercado que está ligado al Estado. Puño que se levanta, queman las llantas, quema la renta. Esa revolución nadie la inventa. Con casi 30 y sigue pensando en ventas. Pura mierda, se encuentra Dios en tus palabras. Las mías son puertas porque me tientas al instinto. Planta que me alimentó, pronto alimento en plantas. Entiendo el ciclo, no paga el circo. Menos de 5 desde ese disco en brinco. No era distinto ni en el intro. Bro, en esta ocasión lo que diva tu mandíbula me llega a la glándula. La farándula no es mi rubro, mi otro yo te feca en la meca, la métrica, la discoteca. Solo un hipócrita predica poca ética. ¿Y tú qué tal? Bro, en esta ocasión lo que diga tu mandíbula me llega a la glándula. La farándula no es mi rubro, mi otro yo te feca en la meca, la métrica, la discoteca. Solo un hipócrita predica poca ética. ¿Y tú qué tal? ¿Quieres ser fighter, tener aguante, que la gente levante la mano al verte, sentirte importante? Pero primero tienes que pararte. Pueden golpearte tan fuerte que vas a tener que meterte el cepillo por el culo para poder limpiarte los dientes. Te empalagas de la sociedad y sus llagas. En la nada naufraga como una plaga que todo lo traga. ¿Quién eres tú para saber que es prole si no pagas lo que comes? Sigue en tu mundo de anime, si no te me arrimes. Tu novela no se eleva al cine. Por más que alucines, patanes son patines. A veces 13 te quieren coser, entonces no camines si no conoces. Si te importa más lo que dicen que lo que haces, posiblemente fracases y termines con frases en alquiler. Sé que no soy líder, tampoco dealer. No soy Fidel ni Miller, solo el que escribe por una patria grande, libre de evangelios, demonios y ogros. Es todo tu odio, cara a cara cambias de floro. Saco tu esfera posera de globo. Sin tu parodia la crea, faltan ideas. Guardo metáforas aéreas para dejarle tarea por si perreas. Si uno rapea y el que se recursea es el que te marquetea, te pulsea y te pasea. Plaza Bea ya pejamea. A la cana con tu chicha como con Magali. Prospecto de Cipriani, no llegarás ni a Noni con tu colita de pony. Lo hago con pana y sin company, mejor pa' ti. Falsos MCs morirán en flashes como Lady Jesús. Revolucionario, mochilero, séptimo hijo de un obrero. Conoció el amor donde el clero gasta su dinero. Pero soy pordiosero del saber en una torre de Babel. Dejo este papel, único placer post-mortem. Obtén la fama con tu farsa y piensa. El cuarto clavo es tu iglesia. Me recordaron cierta tendencia a perder la elegancia. A tu vacío pasión por popularidad. Solo pon un .com, te compraron. Toma, toma, Rap sigue siendo un trulo en busca de fósforo. Respiro áspero y caen las máscaras del circo. Mirar dentro de sí, dejando nada entre paréntesis. La dosis de un lápiz psicosomático. Calcomanías atrapadas en calumnias de columnas amarillas. Concubinas y abortistas de categoría. Los mantengo al día. 2008. Resistencia
Él murió en la cruz por tus pecados y por los míos. Para decirle a nuestro Dios:
hablas pura güey, la grasón, hablas pura güey.
Y quiero decirte en esta noche:
y te saludan y después a tus espaldas te están tirando. El muñeco es trapo.
Saludo a la gente de Perú. Pedro voy para la Perú.
No te llamas Lito, yo no soy polaco.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Yo, comentando, ¿qué dicen? Sí, ¿qué cuentan? Ya, escúchame, ya. Los medios cuentan que si hay libertad de prensa, la mordaz es cosa escasa y todos dicen lo que piensan. Y esa sutil es impresa y repetida diariamente tiene contenta tu mente con yo soy combate y fiesta. Presta el control, Tarantino no es tan gore como los crímenes de amor que a toda hora se nos muestra. Pues tal vez la estrategia impuesta, pánico en el público y manejarás el cuestapal. Político en vez de patrullas se vende camilla para un hospital, como si esa mierda de tombo no diera seguridad. No será casualidad que el otro dueño del canal sea el otro sobrino pero bueno de un primo hermano pariente papá. Que esa nostalgia no es noticia, su codicia se evidencia. Propicia violencia y plástico, panémicas, belleza. Fútbol, patriotismo falso, culos, vasos de cerveza. Pele cáncer pa' tu mesa y el domingo en misa pesa. Sobre su cabeza pesa el atraso mental del pueblo. Oposición vendió trasero, dictador, grupo Romero. Pero se confundieron acá, la palabra es cruda. Autoeducación en camino se afloja la lucha a través de cultura. Ven como genera de uno, tal vez otro loco se suma. Ya saben cortina de humo que explota la mina que mata la cuna. Primo, vengo que trate la friuna, no una pura canción de aventura. Así no censura, emite basura, no le conviene que sepa verdura. Hay extorsiones, violaciones, robo, llanto y más. Con tanto muerto el morbo están alimentando, ves no hay paz. Solo un odio contenido en milis para que vivan en la fantasía y algún día cambiará. Hay extorsiones, robo, violaciones, llanto y más. Con tanto muerto el morbo están alimentando, ves no hay paz. Solo un odio contenido en milis para que vivan en la fantasía y algún día cambiará.
Sensacionalismo, amigo eterno de la prensa, el mismo que forjó al humano sumiso, callado y muestra. En el noticiero, en el artículo del diario, la vida de una PD que poco invierte
al vecindario.
Sirven como fieles feligreses a oscuro intereses, mienten todo el día, crían, crean solo estupideces. La historia afirma, indica que siempre negaron información alternativa que todo pueblo merece. A cada instante pareciera su labor asesinar una memoria colectiva que hace una nación, con una prensa cómplice que juega con humor, desconociendo ese dolor que nos dejó ese dictador. Cortina de humo es su mejor función, para apartarte de la fuente harán de todo, pues miró hoy como venderte el culo de Sharon Stone, cagándose en tu derecho a la objetiva información. El narco, el almirante, el presidente, el congresista, algún ministro, algún delegado, de seguro es el patrón de ese periódico morboso y amarillo que al leerlo 2 minutos te vuelve en un show. Los medios son culpables, responsables de toda propaganda basura que te ofrece la TV. Pues será mejor que se autoeduque, pues my friend, porque el comercio de los medios te carcome hasta las 100.
Hay violaciones, extorsiones, robo, llanto y más. Con tanto muerto el morbo están alimentando, ves no hay paz. Solo un odio contenido en bilis para que vivan en la fantasía algún día cambiará. Hay extorsiones, violaciones, robo, llanto y más. Con tanto muerto el morbo están alimentando, ves no hay paz. Solo un odio contenido en bilis para que vivan en la fantasía algún día cambiará. Que algún día cambiará. Que algún día cambiará,
All right. I guess the sound works. That seems to work too. Good. Very good. Very good. Very good. I hope y'all doing well. I don't see a lot of people on. That's okay. No big deal. Oh, wait. Hold up. What's up, Pedro? What's up, El Rey? Damn heathens. Today's class is called, or show, like Chicloso likes to call it. Today's show, family, is called HAKETES, Liberty, or hold on, Libertas. Give a layout. What's up, bro? Good to have you guys here. Few people, man. Maybe just two. It's all good. Maybe they come back later. Who knows? End of the day. Hey, look, do me a favor. Before I get started, I am suggested to say this by brothers, not any marketing company or shit. To remind you guys to like, subscribe, please, and share. Again, it's all due to the algorithm. The more shares, the more chatter, other people get notified of what may be important to them or what may pertain to them. Okay. That said, let's get going. I'm not going to waste any time on this, man. This is a heavy matter. And our brothers and sisters got to wake up in reality. Everything around you, everything that you are part of, okay? This whole society, its entire plan, okay? Its main interest is to get you guys involved in their spiritual capitalistic ways. And honestly, if you brothers or sisters who are watching, or you have heard me say this before, haven't paid attention to that statement, then I think you should start really considering. There's only one way out of this, family. One way. That starts with a big ass R. That's the first things first, man. So I have a very anyways, hope you guys enjoy the ride. Please walk with me, and let's begin.
Number two, you
I'm gonna be more mindful of these things, fam. Just let me know, okay? Thank you. Oh, wait, hold on. There it goes again. All right, I'm gonna be more mindful of this. Thank you. Let's go.
It is your country, your state. Number two, you have to pay for the prison stay. They call the prison fee taxes. Number three, you have no say what will be done with the money, but you have to pay. Number four, to pay the money, you have to work. The prison encourages you to buy new shiny products, so you feel better about your poor existence. Number five, you are not allowed to exit the prison far enough to see the prison wall. Number seven, the prison gives you news and entertainment so that you don't discover the prison walls. Number eight, the prison does not allow strong family bonds or strong brotherhood unless you are a part of the group that is running the prison. Number nine, the prison you live in wants you weak, sick, and divided, because weak prisoners can't climb the walls. And most important, number 10, the prison is mostly run by other prisoners. It will collapse if enough prisoners will wake up. You were born in a cold prison. It is your country, your state. Number two,
I saw this video due to another video. They keep referencing to this man, this kid, this beast of an individual as a savior, Cyrus, and then King David, even. I was even much more blown away by the clear comparison to a man that I mean I was blown away by what I saw, and anyways, well, let me show you this first, and then I'll show you that next one. Okay, here's a campaign logo. God made Trump.
A ver, que alguien me explique.
It is clear that this is a present danger. Now, you brothers and sisters, I'm mindful to show you this so you can see your surroundings, and then maybe, just maybe, you will focus on your family and learn to raise and treat them under the commandments of our Father. Because what where we're heading to is again right back almost at the beginning. Check this out, okay?
And on June
Watch this real quick. And again, this is not my material. I don't own this shit, nor do I care to own this shit, to be honest with you. I'm just baffled by what it's going to say. So check it out, all right? Let's go.
14th, 1946, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God gave us Trump. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, fix this country, work all day, fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the Oval Office and stay past midnight at a meeting of the heads of state. So God made Trump. I need somebody with arms, strong enough to rustle the deep state, and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to ruffle the feathers, tame cantankerous World Economic Forum, come home hungry, have to wait until the First Lady is done with lunch with friends, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon, and mean it. So God gave us Trump. And on June 14th, 1946, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God gave us Trump. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, fix this country, work all day, fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the Oval Office and stay past midnight. Go to the Oval Office, eat all day, fight the Marxists.
Who is he calling Marxists? Okay, and then you're going to watch at the end.
Fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the Oval Office and stay past midnight at a meeting of the heads of state. So God made Trump. I need somebody with arms, strong enough to rustle the deep state, and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to ruffle the feathers, tame cantankerous World Economic Forum, come home hungry, have to wait until the First Lady is done with lunch with friends, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon, and mean it. So God gave us.
So God gave you white people Trump. It's clear as day that you white folks, you heathen who are not of this land, who are not of the Bible, you are literally heathen. This is what I want to remind our brothers and sisters, how they look upon this individual here, this thing of flesh, who is no God, nothing special whatsoever. Oh, okay. You know what, bro? I'm glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. All right. So watch this real quick. I'm so glad you said that. Give me a second. Now I'm going to show you what the other people said. I'm glad you said that, bro. Let's go. Hold on. Ready? Let's go.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a man to test the will and goodness of a free people. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man who failed in everything but theft and broken promises to live in a golden palace and convince the poor he serves their needs. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a wicked man to lead the common folk with hatred and fear. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a corrupt man who is above the law and immune from justice. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man who will use violence to seize power. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man whose followers will call black white, call evil good, and call criminals hostages. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man who breaks the faith of even his most godly followers and leads them to idolatry. Place him above me. So God made a dictator who breaks the faith of even his most godly followers and leads them.
That they painted that. They covered his little wiener with their own ridiculously striped out ugly ass flag. I'm gonna say it. I don't like your flag. I mean, what you want me to tell you? I don't have to like it. Just like I don't have to like your designs or jeans or your lifestyle or your holidays. I don't have to. I have that right because it's not of my belief. However, my point being made is this. This is just like the rise of Hitler. He was also a Christian. You're damn right he was. Christians try to paint Hitler as an atheist. They do. They really do, bro. Hey, listen, family. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Disclosure, real quick. I do my classes random places, random hours throughout the day because I actually do work. You know, unlike Canaanites who are at like Sinetter or ISUPK or these other camps, Akaris. They sell merchandise. They ask for money and donations. Unlike them, I do work. And I'm the only provider in my family. So if I may have a schedule in mind, I think I will. And then a project comes up. So I got to actually tackle it because Raza, we love to work and finish. And then that's it. We don't take breaks, damn it. So that's why to me, it doesn't even matter, bro. If I do the class in the morning, in the afternoon, look, there's more people. Excuse my language. A lot of these ML folk don't give a shit, man. They don't care. They want to, I don't know, man. They want shows. They want raza. They want like cholo shit and fucking cars and chicks and women and I don't know. Believe in a 12 tribe chart that is, I don't even know what the hell you guys are believing in. It's to me, it's like, it's so dumb. So whether I do it in the morning, or I do it in the afternoon, I do it at night, I do it at 3 a.m, it didn't even matter. People still don't care. You know, there's only a few videos that I have that maybe have a lot of watch views, and I still cannot wrap my mind around what is it that you got that I put in those videos that you guys preferred. Like, okay, whatever. It's the same shit. I don't know, man. I don't understand. To me, it's like, bro, I do this for my, like, quote, our gente. Then I'm trying to wonder. I know this for a fact. There's only a selected few. Like, many are called or few are chosen. I understand that. Okay? I totally understand that. And maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case that we're facing right now. You know, because it's like, I'll give you an example. My so-called Hispanic, quote unquote, brothers. You Democratic dudes or Republican dudes that believe in this shit. Or no, Democrats. Doesn't this country say that you have to be a Christian to be a president, right? Okay. Isn't that like a big deal about America? Like that Vivek Salami, he went under Rump broke his jock. Now he's like licking him and shit. So because a lot of people say, yeah, I like him, but he's a Muslim. Like he's actually Hindu. Oh, okay, whatever. He's not a Christian. That's what they said. Okay. Now, as far as I know, our people were so-called quote, quote Christians, right? I thought that would matter to them. So it's not about religion. Now think about that. Most of so-called Hispanics are so-called Christians, Catholics. America says they want Christians. They hate Muslims. Is it about religion or is it not? It's not about religion. It's not about politics. It's about race. Race, race, race. It's about how you feel about you and how we feel about us. That's all it's about. It has nothing to do with politics. Politics are just barriers and walls that you use. Religion is just an imaginary mirror, which makes you to look at it and reflect as if you're doing something good, and you have this so-called assumption of an angelic head around you. In reality, you are a hateful, perpetually hateful nation of people. And I'm brushing this across the board with both you, white and black. Whoever gets it, gets it. If you don't feel what I say, then it's probably because it's not applying to you. The ignorance, the stupidity, and then the obvious example of these two nations working together to prove once again that you Hispanics aren't anything. Isaiah 31. Let me see what it says real quick. I don't know what verse it is. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Oh, yeah. And stay on horses and trust in chariots, power, and luxury. You want to know why that trust on horses and chariots? Because the horses technically and the chariots, right? The horses pull you. The chariots are a luxury, meaning at servitude. The other people would have to serve your needs, white America, black America. Well, I don't know why I'm saying this, because most of you black people from this country, from this continent that are here, that help the white man, you guys have it the best than any other so-called African nation in the entire world. And yet you're sitting here asking for fucking reparations. You're sitting here robbing and stealing from stores, robbing and stealing from paleteros. And you want us to believe now that you're not part of this whole system? Why do we get always this novela? We're familiar with novelas, and all we see in TV is white and black. Check this out.
Ben Carson, I mean, maybe it does honestly explain a little bit of why Donald Trump is kind of romping through the Republican primary right now, because it seems like this is how a lot of his supporters may think of him. Here is Ben Carson. I'm not even going to explain it. Just watch it.
Well, you think, and King David, most of those people.
Ben Carson.
King David.
Ben Carson. I mean, maybe it does honestly.
Most of those people, and King David. Most of those people probably, if they were alive back in those days, would have said, "Oh, what a horrible guy." The episode with Bathsheba and some of the other things that he did. And yet, he was a man after God's own heart. God uses different people for different times. You need somebody with a Manhattan business type of personality to deal with the administrative state. When he's not being attacked, he's a wonderful person. Everybody, I think, would love him.
For the record, you're comparing him to King David, and that worked out well. Comparing him to King David, and comparing him to King David, or comparing him to King David, and that worked out well. Is another King David, right?
I don't know about him, King But certainly he has some policies that are very worthwhile.
What the hell is that, man? Isaiah 31. Let me get the verse, bro, because I want to read it. Oh my gosh. Hey, shalom, sis. Elisheva, man. How you doing, sis, man? Hey, you know what, Elisheva? In case you don't know, I talked to my wife about you, and I keep telling her that once we get these things organized, we're gonna try to fly over there. I'm serious. I'm not lying. I'm serious. I wanna go to Aruba. I told my wife, so hopefully, Lord willing, next following years, if next year, maybe not. I hope, but I really want to go. I love the sandy white beaches, crystal clear waters, man. I love salt water. I actually have salt water. Well, I don't have them right now, but I had a saltwater tank, 125 gallons. I maintained one for quite some time. Did all the measurements, everything. So there's a lot about me that you guys don't know about. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot about me, man. But I'm not an agent, damn it. Oh, you guys wish I was being paid by somebody, bro. For real, I'm sure these damn heathens would love to find out. That's why y'all don't say nothing, because you're waiting for me to make a mistake. Isaiah 31:1, it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt. Let me do it like this. Woe to them. Woe, destruction to them, or destruction to them that go down to Misraim for help. The people that oppress others, meaning when you side and say, well, I don't want to be oppressed, so I'm going to ride with them. I'm going to go against these other people that are suffering because I want to fit in with them. I want to do their things. I want to do their holidays, all their American things. And stay on horses and trust in chariots, meaning my Lexus, my Tesla, my material life that abuses other people's needs. And then when they need help, you say, no, you're illegal. You're a beaner. You're not like me. I'm a Christian, a white or black Christian. Or BHI, because now they have that category. Remember? You can go to the 12-type chart, but you're still under them. You can go to Christianity, but you're still under them. Well, you can't go to BHI because they're just like, the far right, white people that believe in eugenics. Black folks that believe in BHI onlys are straight black eugenics. And as you know, white folks, it's eugenics. I mean, what do you want me to say? It says, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because there are many. Oh, well, it's such a strong nation. These people are so wonderful. Look, they play football and basketball. Man, the shows are great. They make great movies. When I watch all these other channels in these other countries, it's just so weird. I don't want to be like them. I want to be like America. Kind of like Vivek Salami. The man's parents are immigrants. They don't even speak English. Okay? Just be real. My mom speaks better English than his parents. My grandma, even though she's passed away, speaks better English than his parents. But they look not unto the Holy One of Yeshayahu. So in this case, it's Yasha El, but it's not El. Remember, Baal is Baal. So stop saying that. Israel, you got to get that out of your mouth, family. Israel, like, especially when you say Amen, Aman, or Amen, whatever, don't say that shit no more. Because that's Amen Robert. I'm telling you, you don't believe me? Whatever. It's up to you. I don't care. It says that when the Holy One of Yeshayahu, or Yeshayahu, neither seek Yahoo. How funny that I honestly, I don't know. It's got to be the Most High, because I just found this link on this software that I use. You guys been following this channel for a long time. I literally just downloaded this 2-3 days ago with no intent to seeing this name here, because what I found before this right here was sincere, honest truth I'm finding. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm glad you said that, sis. He ain't a dirty foot of David in comparison. Woo! Gotcha, bitch. Oh man, I like that foot. Gotcha, bitch. That's great. Cause hold on a second.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
That was great, sis. I'm telling you, that was great, man. That was great. Cause he doesn't even deserve to be on the bottom foot of David's foot. You know what I'm saying? Like the nerve of him to be saying that, or the nerve of that Canaanite to be saying that about him. And yeah, Lord willing, I do, sis. I really do. Because I got my family and I got my kids. I want to go over there. I'm pretty sure I will. I'm pretty sure we all will. Man, my son, who's autistic, as you guys know, he's older now, but he loves the beach. And if I can just kind of like, man, well, yeah, he can't see, but it's all good. And I'm going to share something with your family real quick. Blessings of the Most High do not come immediately. They come years later. Sometimes they're immediate, but sometimes they're more years later because they mean more. My son just got qualified for some other stuff. And man, it's such a blessing. We never even knew that. So I see the walk, what we're doing as a family when we fast together, or when my son fasts, like my son was fasting last night. So in the house, my family sits down and reads the scriptures. The Caribbean is beautiful. Yeah, bro. I almost went to Puerto Rico, man. Oh my God. I was like 12 years old, bro. And then I went almost at 21. It just didn't happen. But it's just I don't know, man. There's something about crystal clear waters, sandy white beaches. Whenever I have my aquariums, and I mean 125 gallon, man. I used to use that, like the clear sand, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously the lava rock, all that stuff, algae, anemones, and all kinds of fish, man. Anyhow, let me go back to the point. Sorry about that. It says here, woe to them that go down to Misraim for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, meaning you trust in capitalism. Capitalism. Because there are many, because obviously when you have a lot of money, or let's say when your dollar bill is worth more than a peso or a yang or whatever, those people have to work extra hard, live extra shitty for you to be where you're at. And I find it so amazing that all you so-called Americans, quote unquote, now that are not of this continent, you sit here and you complain about Walmart being too expensive, or you complain about food increasing in price, or you complain about, this so-called illegals or all these people, yet you don't even realize that everything that you have is because you trusted on chariots and horses. Because there were many. And you never considered the few. And horsemen, because they're very strong, that's why you believe in the military. You say, well, F you, I'll just go bomb you. Isn't that what you want to tell these other nations? But they look not unto the Holy One of Ishayahu, neither seek Yahoo. And in case you guys don't know, when you understand who they are and you bless them, you would be too. That's why you're not getting any of that. None whatsoever. Find it funny that you guys have the nerve and quote, quote, audacity to call this fool this. Let's listen to it one more time and then we'll move on.
And on June 14th, 1946, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God gave us Trump. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, fix this country, work all day, fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the Oval Office and stay past midnight at a meeting of the heads of state. So God made Trump. I need somebody with arms, strong enough to rustle the deep state, and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to ruffle the feathers, tame cantankerous World Economic Forum, come home hungry, have to wait until the First Lady is done with lunch with friends, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon, and mean it. So God gave us Trump.
The ladies, tell the ladies to be sure he'll be back and mean it. This is worship at the highest level of mankind that I've been aware of, that I've been associated with, that I can remember. I've never seen this. Okay, I'll say it like this. A dictator is only a dictator when you give them the power position of a dictatorship mentality. A man can't be a dictator if nobody listens to his dumb ass. This man is a dictator because you white folks want a dictator. You would rather have a man rule you because he would favor you over us, which means he would rule over everybody, but he would still treat us like shit. Even though he'll treat you like shit, you just don't want to be as shitty as us.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Which is a horrible thing. It comes to show who you are. Now, I showed you the video before. Let me show you once again. This is the counter of what. Man, you white folks, man, you guys are really losing your mind. You really are. You know, what do you say? What do black people say? Dear white people, you need to check yourselves before you wreck yourselves.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a man to test the will and goodness of a free people. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man who failed in everything but theft and broken promises to live in a golden palace and convince the poor he serves their needs. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a wicked man to lead the common folk with hatred and fear. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a corrupt man who is above the law and immune from justice. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man who will use violence to seize power. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man whose followers will call black white, call evil good, and call criminals hostages. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man who breaks the faith of even his most godly followers and leads them to idolatry. Place him above me. So God, who breaks the faith of even his most godly followers and leads them to idolatry, and leads them to idolatry, leads them to idolatry, leads them to idolatry, place him above me. So God made a dictator.
He's not kidding. Okay. Here, I showed you guys this before. The Aliens and Seditions Act. Let me briefly explain what this means. It's a law that they want to implement once again, once he comes back in power, because he will. Sorry to tell you guys, he will. Unless God has the Most High Yahweh has another plan. The Alien and Seditions Act were a set of 4 laws enacted in 1798 that applied restrictions to immigration and speech. You hear that? Restrictions to immigration and speech. Yeah, that's why. That's exactly what it is. It's a good portion, good part. You're on point. I see what you do on Facebook, so you're on point. It's exactly what it is. When you're slipping away of control, or when your control is slipping away, you're going to have to implement something. So now, check this out. It says, the Naturalization Act increases the requirement to seek citizenship. That's standard. The Alien Friends Act allows the president to imprison with no rights, with no judicial court system, of at least the criminal or judicial system that applies to us, so-called, does not apply to them. So they can go in prison. God knows where they show up. God knows where they're at. And deport non-citizens. Now listen to this part. In the Alien and Enemies Act, gave the president additional power to detain non-citizens during times of war. So if you want to go to war with Mexico, call the cartels terrorists. That means almost anybody that relates to that, looks like them, will be terrorists. Means that you who are non-citizens, meaning permanent residents. Yeah. Additional power to detain you permanent residents during wartime. And Seditions Act criminalized false and malicious statements about the people that are implementing the Aliens Friends Act, the Naturalization Act, and the Aliens Enemy Act. You guys think this is a joke? You think he's kidding? No, he's not kidding. These guys are not kidding. You guys are dumb. Bolas pendejos, güey. I'm like, bro, you guys don't even see. And the only reason I know is because I've been patient, trying to help my family understand these scriptures, understand what's going on, trying to raise them as best as I can. And our Father's just revealing these things to me because I'm the protector of my home. So should you be. Look, 6, 7 people, man, compared to how many others watch Vocab Malone or BHI, stupid ass Sakari, or stupid ass ISUPK, or stupid ass IUIC, or stupid ass DMS. Yes, I'm calling you all stupid asses. Come to this channel and tell me that I'm wrong. You do all these videos. I know you see my shit. While you are feeding your people, reparations, look at it. Nah, man, these guys are still doing the thing. While you guys are over here battling it out at Side Netter, a bunch of damn pedophile Canaanites, then you got, what's his name? Taserface over there, Mr. So-called ISUPK. You're all friends with Side Netter. What are you, like one of them too? Now you want to separate yourself and you want to hang out with Dirty Mac or Mac Whack Whack, whatever his fucking name is. You guys don't realize what's going on. In case you don't know, the Henry Jackson Society, okay, this is where the think tank comes from. How funny that it's called the Transatlantic Foreign Policy. Now, we know where the transatlantic slave trade happened or who it started with. It wasn't you, negros, so shut the hell up. Hit the link if you think you're right, and I'll show you you're wrong. Yeah, I'll have it ready for you. Hit the link on anything that you think I'm wrong on, because I'm going to slice and dice both of you today. Okay? This is your think tank, Mr. White Man, Mr. Black Man. This isn't our think tank. This is your think tank, Mr. Black Man, Mr. White Man. Let's keep it 100. Excuse my language if I'm being a little hard here, but I'm just being real for a fact. Just being real. This is a white and black country made up from falsehood, from doctrines of devils, and what else? HAKETES, mystery, religions. Oh, no. En contraire, Nate the Snake, mon frere. Your black ass ain't running from me. I know you don't like when you hear this because you like insulting people. So I'm using what you do, Mr. Mamzer, your so-called leader of IUIC. Bring me the best debater that you have on that school. The best one that you have. I'm waiting for that challenge. I've been in training this whole time. So I'm waiting for you to tell me that you are not part of the strategic categorization of heathens. Henry Jackson Society first articulated its statement of principles on March 11, 2005. Pay attention to what I'm about to read. These people believe in this, believes that the modern liberal democracies set an example to which the rest of the world should inspire. Now, this means West consciousness. Supports a forward strategy. For example, you play checkers, they play chess. In every single movement, they're masterminding what is next for their benefit. Forward strategy does not benefit nobody else but them. To assist those countries that are not yet liberal and democratic to become so. The rainbow, that are not yet rainbow-ish looking. Yeah, this is all part of the class. What do you think HAKETES means? What do you think the Statue of Liberty stands for? Thank you, brother, for telling me that. You think she is covered up for any reason? Oh, if you lift up those skirts, you'll find out that it's not what you think it is. Supports a forward strategy to assist those countries that are not yet liberal and democratic to become so, meaning puppet government. This would involve the full spectrum of carrot capabilities. Now, I know that you guys are new to that cold carrot concept, but I'm going to show you what that means. They tell you in your face. When they tell you who you are, please start believing them. Carrot. It says, the phrase, carrot and stick. It's a metaphor for the use of a combination of reward and punishment to induce a desired behavior. be they diplomatic, economic, cultural, political, but also, when necessary, those sticks of the military domain. I do that so I want to make this an alarming thing because it makes an alarming thought process. They support forward-thinking strategy to benefit them. They'll use a approach on implementing liberal and so-called democratic thought theologies, and they would involve these particular processes to overcome and to become or to manifest them by using carrot-like capabilities, reward or punishment. So when you F up, they will either diplomatically, economically, culturally, politically, or by means of military might, correct your ass. Supports a forward strategy involving diplomatic, economic, cultural, and political means to assist those countries that are not yet liberal and democratic to become so. Like, for example, what we see next door. Why do you think El PRI wanted to give their whole booty away? El PRI wanted to get that rod all up in their behind. Yeah, I'm saying it. PRI. That's that so-called Mexican government over there. You guys aren't even a fucking government. You guys are puppets of this other one. To assist those countries that are not yet liberal and democratic to become so. Remember, keep in mind that this is all a forward strategy regarding who? Remember Robert Lansing, that he said, all we got to do is we got to put people in those positions and educate them from our ways, so then they'll do whatever we want. And they'll even do it much better than we can. Just into this. Supports the maintenance of a strong military. Remember Isaiah 31? By the United States, the country of European unions. You hear that? By the United States, the countries of European Union, and other demon crazy powers armed with expeditionary capabilities and global reach. Let me look up this word. What's this word mean? I'll read your messages in a little bit, family. Give me a second. It means a form of expedition, especially a military expedition. So you see this? They'll support, for example, like Israel, Israel, the country of European unions. That's why U.S. and Europe do not went against the whole Hamas stopping the fight. No, they support those Khazars. It says here, the countries of the European Union and other democratic powers armed with, again, military might capabilities with a global reach. One world. I didn't say it. They're saying it. Supports the maintenance of a strong military by who? The devil. The devil. And other democratic powers. Now, remember, keep in mind, this is not just white people. This is black people too. We see blackity black pushing it all crazy, right? Don't you see black folks like straight being racist towards our gente? I'm not lying. Last time I checked, I was like, bro, I can't believe this, man. I was like, nah, no way, dude. Yeah, bro. They did it. Nah. Yeah, bro. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it at? Is it this one? Hold on, let me see if it's this one. All right, hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to try to find it first before I show it. I was looking at things before I did the new moon class. Trying to cash checks home. Oh, I think this is this one. Nah, not that one. That's another dumb one. Where are you? What the? Oh man, don't tell me I didn't save it. Of course I saved it. I gotta save it, man. I know I saved it. Why is this doing this to me? Why? You damn it. Family, I had the video, man. Had the video. But anyways, let's just continue. I don't care. I'm not gonna get distracted. So now it says here, supports the maintenance of military U.S., of course, Europeans, armed with expeditionary capabilities, global reach, blah, 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 that can protect our homeland from strategic threats, foretell terrorist attacks. You see this? When they start labeling you a terrorist, that means that if you look like them, you're going to be one too. They may assume. Like, for example, I may be labeled one of these guys. Prevent genocide or massive ethnic cleansing. How funny. Just like how it happened here since 1492. You guys had been trying to ethically cleanse yourselves from us. You even say that we have tainted your blood, your white blood. You said that. Both Khazar, like Stephen Miller, that bald piece of crap, and then Rump Roast. Oh, and then Vivek Salami supports the necessary. I don't even know how you even say it. We don't want to be you dirty. Whatever. Supports the necessary furtherance of European military modernization and integration under British leadership, preferably within NATO. Whoa, really? What the hell are you doing in there, NATO? Are you supporting this too? Stresses the importance of unity between the world's great democracies. Believes that only modern liberal democrat states are truly legitimate. And that any international organization which admits undemocratic states on an equal basis is fundamentally flawed. Believes that only modern liberal democratic states are truly legitimate, and we just read that. Oh, it's updated. And that the political or human rights pronouncements of any international or regional organization which admits under democratic states lack the legitimacy to which they would be entitled if other members were democracies, I guess, whatever. Gives to cheer for capitalism. There are limits to the market which need to serve the democratic community and should be reconciled under environment. Accepts that we have to set priorities and that sometimes we have to compromise, but insists that we should never lose sight of our fundamental values. This means that alliance with repressive regimes can only be temporary. It also means a strong commitment to individual or civil liberty, as long as you are under their umbrella. We see here clearly who owns this society. Okay. This is a deep, deep, deep story. And this is why I don't suggest to look away. I'm going to read this to y'all real quick. Check this out. This is from, here, let me close this. This is from the other book I have regarding the Apocrypha. It's a kind of like a little more, it's a translation, a transliteration, like not I guess a transliteration, whatever. But it doesn't go too far from it. So, but I want to read this to y'all. It says here, Wisdom of Solomon 12:3. You guys can follow me, okay? Those who lived long ago in your holy land, you hated for their detestable practices, their works of sorcery, and unholy riots, their merciless slaughter of children, and their sacrificial feasting on human flesh and blood. Now, for some reason, we hear this happen here. These initiates from the midst of a heathen cult who these parents who murder helpless lives, abortion, without care. Again, I'm like, are we talking about Canaan or Edom Amalek here? You know what I'm saying? You will to destroy by the hands of our ancestors, so that the land most precious of all to you might receive a worthy colony of the servants of the Most High. But even these you spared, since they were but mortals, and sent wasps as front runners of your army to destroy them little by little. Though you were not unable to give the ungodly into the hands of the righteous in battle, or to destroy them at a low blow by dreads, wild animals, or your stern words, but judging them little by little, you gave them an opportunity to repent, though you were not aware that their origin was evil, which I think is just a statement, and their wickedness inborn, and that their way of thinking would never change, for they were an accursed race from the beginning. And it was not enough fear of anyone that you left them unpunished for their sins. Check this out, family. I'll show this to y'all. This is from a book called, okay, 1 second here real quick. The Word was made flesh. Okay? The Word was made flesh. Check what it says here. I think I want to read up a little bit, and then I'll skip a few things. All right? So here goes right here. This is on page 45. The Word Made Flesh by Rolf Lorson. 100 years of Seventh-day Adventist. Watch this. When Solomon... Oh, shit. My bad. It says, when Solomon began to worship a form of this system of Satan's, it was primarily because of the pagan wives he married. And he had 700 wives, princes, and 300. We know the story, okay? So I'm going to skip all this. Let me kind of go through this real quick. For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Hamites, and after Milcom, the abomination of the children of Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord. See this? And went not fully after the Lord, as David did his father. You're comparing that rump roast to David? That rump roast doesn't even believe in God. Or a God. Or even for that matter. It says, in the hill that is before Yahushalem, not Jerusalem, Yahushalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. Now, Solomon noted for his wisdom and understanding who had been called Jedediah. That's what we know. But then why does it say beloved of the Lord? So it would be Jediyahu, beloved of the Lord, Jediyahu, which means beloved of the Lord, who wrote in his youth. Now, let me skip a little bit here. Okay. The hill he built was a valley of the son of Hinron. These areas lie at the entry of the gate of Yahushalem. Remember that. In Jeremiah 19:2, in verse 5 and 6, the same chapter, we read, they have built us the high places of Baal or Baal, which is why you cannot say Israel because you're referring to him. Ra, Egypt. All of this is going back to Egypt, 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 Egypt. All of this is going to Egypt. Every single thing. Yeah, I know that. Let me go back to the notes. The Black Hope Tep dudes are beggars. And cheese huevones, güey. Pónganse a trabajar, cabrones. Our Father provided all that for us. He literally said it in his scriptures. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to till the ground. You're going to have to figure it out. Why are you guys making merchandise out of people? Sakari's like now selling perfumes and shit. Yeah, you guys are a joke of kids, man. I'd love for one of you to step up. Step to the plate. If you think you got huevos. I mean, you guys think you're gangsters. I grew up in Oceanside, man. I know some of you. I don't know you, but I know of you. Because I am a little older than some of the guys that are your age. And they told me about you guys. Dumb, man. Yeah, bro. Appreciate that. I don't know what you're clapping about, but I think it's for goodness. The fact is that we had the white narrative for so long, and now we have the black narrative, and that goes hand in hand with the biblical sense as well. That's right, bro. That's correct, my friend. From white Christianity to black Hebrew Israelism, because that's exactly what it is. That's all it has been, and that's all they will ever be. That's why he was talking about, the ones in the last hour, because the new one's coming in the last hour. We are in the last hours. Correction through military might sounds like a martial law to me. Yeah, it does. Of course it does. That's the point. At all costs. They want a dictator at all costs because they are tired of the fact that they are not that are never going to be in power ever again. White folks, you guys are decimating. That's not me telling you. That's what are facts. The Most High Yahoo is getting rid of you. That's not hate talk. Those are just facts. You're not producing your children. And the ones that you have are technically overdosing because of depression. Don't you guys love your kids? No, you don't. I'll tell you what. Even in my so-called society that I live on, every child of mine has slept in our bed when they were little. And then they moved on to their bed. Every single child of mine. Do you know why we do that? Do you know why the Bible says that you are estranged from the womb? Do you know why we have hoes, promiscuousness, abortions? Because these nations don't know what it is that the Most High cares about. You see, white folks like to say that they're about family. But then when it's time to take care of your parents, you send their asses to a nursery home. You don't care about your families. And you black folks, when you say you care about your families, you just leave kids behind or you abort them. Those are facts. So these two nations are in cahoots together because of the spirit that they've been expressing for so long. 80 million plus abortions alone in America. Brought to you by these people. Separate from these people. It's very true. Yeah, like the Synagogue of Satan and NY exposed the tunnel ninjas. Yeah, being found with children and babies stuffed. I don't know. I never read that. But you know what? Who they use to dig those holes? They use our gente, Mexicans, so-called. So-called. So let's continue to read. It says here, page 46 or 47. Okay, just follow 46. It says here, the heathen sacrifices also always featured incense. Ezekiel, you see Ezekiel, that is a prince of Baal, or the name of Baal. That means you are a owner of Baal. El is the last name of Ezekiel. Ezek is the last name of this person. Is the first name. El is the last name. Like my slave name, that means I belong to that person. Because before they were before they were gods, they were kings, and then they created themselves to be gods. And there stood before this. Hold on, let me continue that. I'm trying to get to the point here. One of the bases idolatrous existed during the reigns of Judah. Okay, let me show you this real quick. I'm connecting some of the dots here. They that make a graven image are all of them vanity. I like the scripture in Isaiah 44. They that make a graven image, whether white or black, whether it looks like Nate or don't look like Nate, okay? Or whether it, because you want to show that it has woolly hair. You don't want to know something that's so dumb? You want to know what they call AMLO in Mexico? El de cabeza de algodón. Do you want to know what algodón is? Algodón is cotton. Do you know why they say cabeza de algodón? Is because algodón is very white. It's funny how now we understand that Revelation 1:14 isn't about the texture, you dumb West Africans. It's because cotton is very, very white, like snow. Again, they that make a graven image are all of them vanity. By their works you'll see them. and their delectable things shall not profit. We see it now, and they are their own witnesses. But like the pagans around them, the Israelites made idols of gods. They made bulls, which we saw earlier in the symbols of the divine strength. Jeremiah 44, 16, 17 reveals another important part of the system of Baalim. Baalim describes in the Israelite exaltations of the Queen of Heaven, who was Semiramis, the pagan goddess, identified by Ashereth to the Israelites. This Queen of Heaven has to be given to the Israelites or the people of God consistently. Who do they worship the most in Mexico? The Queen of Heaven. They worship the most. Out of all the countries in the world, in Mexico, they worship the Queen of Heaven. John 3:18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. And thereby we know that we are the truth and shall ensure our hearts before him. I like that one, bro. What is it? Say something that could help with the topic. It's all idolatry in the end. Yeah, it is. It is all idolatry. And they have abuelos around. White parents send their parents to. Yeah, I know. It's messed up, man. It says here, the famous gate of Ishtar of Babylon is named after this Queen of Heaven. Listen, the famous gate of Ishtar. Who represents America? What statue represents America? Okay. The famous gate of Ishtar of Babylon. Babylon meaning the daughter of Babylon. That is what it means, the daughter of Babylon. Okay? Ishtar or Semiramis was also identified with Diana of Ephesus. Again, we see that again. Whose temples was one of the ancient seven wonders of the world. Now, remember, the New Testament talks about going to talk to these particular so-called Gentiles, but they weren't. They were our people. It's like us right now, talking to la gente en Mexico, güey, decirle, hey, you're worshiping the princess of the Diana of Ephesus. No, don't tell me that. One of the customs the pagan women observed each year was is making cakes or buns with the symbol of a cross to represent the Queen of Heaven, giving honor to her son Tammuz, who does know, or in case you don't know, in December 12th, they literally do atole, tamales, empanizadas, sopes, quesadillas hechos de masa. They make cakes. They make all kinds of things, panecitos, all of that. The children gather the wood, Jeremiah 7:18, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto the other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. This very custom of making cakes with a cross is observed in modern Christianity. Wow, bro. The cakes with a cross are called hot cross buns. Some of the drink offerings the pagans offered to their gods were of blood. So whenever you make atole, pendejo, you're kind of doing the whole thing. You're like making blood, but you're not making it. Their sorrows will be multiplied as has hastened after other gods. Because this is a joke? No, it's not a joke. The legend of the Tauric goddess Diana. It is said that every stranger who landed on her shore was sacrificed to an altar. You understand this? That every stranger who landed on her shore, who lands on the shores of America, when you land on these shores, you are then now, when you get stamped in and you become one of them, you are sacrificed to this altar. Now it goes back to what William Cooper was talking about. When you are born in this country, you are given a birth certificate. birth relating to water, ships. I don't want to get into that, but that's what he meant. That's what he meant. You are now a sacrifice to this altar of America. Have you ever wondered what the Christian tree has to do with the birth of Christ? Or the ornaments you place on a tree? Or the meaning of your word Yuletide? Or where the traditions of mistletoe came from and how it become a symbol of Christians? Readers, they have nothing whatsoever to do with birth of Jesus, but are some of the traditions observed to honor the birth of pagan godchild Tammuz? There is not one single scriptural evidence that supports the birth of Jesus being on December 25th. But history says December 25th was kept thousands of years before the birth of Jesus in honor of the pagan Messiah. Another name for Tammuz. You don't think they're waiting for their Messiah? The pagan, I mean, you know what I mean. That's why they created it. That's why they created it. The pagan godchild Baal Bereth, which means Lord of the Fir Tree. You're going to see me mention, but the great serpent, which symbolized the life restorer, whose name is Eucalyptus, swits itself around the dead stalk, and lo, its side sprouts. Remember that picture? I've told you guys what. Don't thread on me. Look, watch this. These right wingers are stupid. Either they don't know that they're worshiping God, the devil, or they're just dumb. But again, what do you expect? Some pinches gringos way. Damn heathens. They think they know. Look, like Christian nationalists teaming up with Little Pusher to get Christian church campaign. It's dumb. Look, watch this. Don't thread on me. Image. See? Look at that. How different is this from this? This. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. They just took away the rock. Don't thread on me, right? Don't thread. Okay, cool. We won't thread on you, Satan. We won't thread on you, Satan, or Satan worshipers. You Anglo-Saxons are Satan worshipers. You are these people here. You worship the demon. You brought that with you. Nimrod was killed in his prime of life. Nimrod's myth has that his death was to be avenged by the incarnation of his son Tammuz, which I think you in reality are assuming Trump is, who was born at the winter solstice. This gets deep and deep and deep, but don't thread on me, huh? So y'all white people devil worshippers now? Is that what's going on? And you just didn't want to admit it, or what's the deal? I mean, so what do you? I don't understand. Like, I thought y'all were Christians. I thought you were like anti-devil. I don't think you're anti-devil, man. I think you're all about him. Look at that. Just like you. Look at that. Everything about you guys ends up always in the end with wickedness. Look at this. It's the same exact design. I don't understand why you would wrap a snake. What is that snake wrapped around? What is it? Why is it coiled? Like, what is it? It's not a cobra. Cobras can't do that. Why is it coiled up? Oh, that's right. Because of that. Oh, matter of fact, let me show you this other thing. I almost forgot. Okay, because you're gonna see this too. So we see Diana, and then we see Nebo, right? The modern Burj Nimrod, anciently the temple of Nebo at Bar-Sipa. Like Nebuchadnezzar, the history records that Nebuchadnezzar reign was over the most glorious kingdom in history. Nebo, the temple of Nebo or Nabu, or check this out, or Nebu, like this. Nebu or Nebu is the Egyptian symbol of gold. Ooh-wee. The Egyptian symbol of gold. It depicts a golden collar with the ends hanging off the sides. 7 spines dangling from the middle. This right here. Ancient Egyptians believed that gold was an indestructible and heavenly metal. The sun god Ra, like is Ra, El, Isis, Ra, El. You guys decide what you want to call yourselves. By the 5th dynasty, the 25th and 24th century, Egyptian deity of sun. So you Comedics can have it all day, bro. Y'all are worshiping devils, man. That's fine. This is your gods. Go by all means. I'm not. You guys want to be Comedics? Go ahead. By all means, bees Negroes, go. Have it all, man. Have it all. You're just like the Wedos. You guys are fighting for the same history. You guys are fighting for the same history. Now, the word Nebo, look what it means. Now it gets even more crazier. It's like a star, like a cross with the serpent around it. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at that. Bro, I'm not trying to. That to me is nuts. It's literally the cross and a serpent around it. Now, I'm going to show you this real quick. So I don't forget. Check this out. What does that look like? What does that look like? So now this is Nekati, queen of witches, associated with the cross or crossroads, entrance ways like liberty, light, magic, witchcraft, knowledge of herbs, poisonous plants, ghosts, necromancy, and sorcery. That looks ironically the same. I don't know what you see, but I know what I see. I know exactly what I see. Let me see. I've hung around suburban white people that I've met in my old job for 7 years. I can attest those gringos believe in politics, human importation, closed borders, atheists or pan-atheists. Damn. What do you say to this? Now it gets even more crazy. The sign of HAKETES is that one. You guys know what that relates to. Okay. Parmacia or Parmakia. Ancient sorcery, witchcraft, and drug administrator, whatever that thing is. Pharmacology, drug administration fostered by worship, modern day technology. That's what they say. That's their opinion. I think it's something different. The scriptures clearly say that through this, let me get to it. Watch what the scriptures say, okay? Revelation 18:21, it reads, and a mighty angel took up a stone and like a great millstone and cast it into the great sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great. Is this one it? Hold on. Sorry, let me look for it first. Let me see. Give me a second. Let me see. It was 23. I'm sorry. Verse 23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more, and at all in thee. For thy merchants, slave traders, oppressors, he that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity, white and black people, were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. That's what that word means. This is what the scriptures say that sorcery means. G5332, medication, pharmacy, that is by extension magic, figuratively sorcery. So now, why do what some people think, oh no, it's no. It's actually the way that, because whatever drug you use, there's a spirit behind it. Okay, watch this. Let me see if I can see it here. Let me see. Let me read verse 1. Revelation 18, when verse 1 says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Capitalism. You mixed with them, basically. Religion, faith, idolatry, philosophy, all that shit. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants, slave traders of the earth, are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Because you get like for example, Calica. Where do you white people and black people think you were getting all that concrete from? How do you think you were building streets and highways and shit? From Mexico, from the rocks of Mexico, pendejos. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. What are some of the plagues? What are some of the plagues? Verse 16, reward her even as she rewarded you. Remember all of the gente that died because supposedly marijuana was not legal in this country? Remember heroin? Remember the crack epidemic? All that stuff? Remember all that? And you know how now they want to blame us and say it's supposedly fentanyl? Yet they created Oxycontin. And double unto her according to her works. And in the cup which she had filleth to her double. Because you didn't come here to this continent because you were greater than us. You are not a superior nation. You are not intellectually advanced than us. No, you are the bottom barrel of the barrel. The only reason you became powerful here is because the Most High allowed you. But you took advantage. So now he's going to give you the cup that we drank. And we know that you guys can't handle that shit. Because we see reparations. We're suffering. You're the richest black people in the entire world compared to other black folks. And you are begging for crumbs in a land that was given to you. For you to advance in and manipulate and abuse others with. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow gave her, for she had in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and she shall see no sorrow. White and black people think they are gods. White people think they're superior than everybody else. Black people think they are better than everybody else too. They say they're the fastest or strongest, the biggest, whatever. They also say they're gods. What do white people say? The hell with all you colored folks. We are superior. Oh, but black people, they can act stupid because they're American. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death and mourning and famine. And famine. You don't think this is that fentanyl shit? But you think you guys can get away with everything you've done? The cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil, all the luxury that you guys have obtained by the blood of other people, and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. No, this is not about black folks. Black folks, please get back. There's no such thing as transatlantic slave trade. You want to know why I say that? Because you think that it's all about you. Transatlantic slave trade started with our gente. So when I say there's no such thing, it's because whenever you think transatlantic, you don't think Hispanics, people that look like me. You don't think about people that look like Trump. You don't even think about people that look like what's the other guy's name? Fuck, I can't remember his name. But anyway, you don't think of them. You think of black people. But when you think of illegal aliens, you don't think of black people. You don't think of white people. You don't even think of Asian people. Shit, you don't even think of Arabs. You think of Mexicans. That's exactly what you do. So that's why I say what I say. The transatlantic slave trade is all about black folks, and that's the biggest fucking lie in the entire world. And I said it. Hit the link if you think I'm wrong. Is Revelation 2:14? Let me read that, sis. It says, "But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Ishayahu, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication." So has thou also them that hate the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which thing I hate. I'm going to tackle that later. Pharmakia. Let's continue. It's getting good. That to me blew my mind. So whenever you read Nebuchadnezzar, now you know what it means. Whenever you see Nebuchadnezzar, now you understand. Now let's watch this video real quick, so we can get a
Hecate is
nice little update on who this person is. HAKETES. Let's listen in. I'm gonna forward it. I'm gonna speed it up, and then I'm gonna jump in. All right. Let's go.
Characters in Greek mythology that has a divine authority and a power to control over magic, witchcraft, and sorcery. Hecate was associated with the magical art of necromancy because she was thought to have the power to govern the spirits of the dead. In this video, we will talk about who Hecate is and what is her relationship with Persephone and why she was never included in the Greek pantheon. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. Hecate is a goddess in Greek religion and mythology, most commonly represented with a pair of torches, a key, snakes, or hounds, and subsequently shown as three-formed or triple-bodied: crossroads, entrances, darkness, light, magic, protection against witchcraft, the moon, knowledge of herbs and toxic plants, cemeteries, ghosts,
Look at the torch, and look at the stars, and look at the moon, and look at the imagery, okay? Pay attention. Let's go.
necromancy, and sorcery are all connected with her. Her first literary appearance was in Hesiod's Theogony in the 8th century BCE as a goddess of high honor having realms in the sky, earth, and sea. Scholars disagree on her origins, but she had a large following among the witches of Thessaly and a prominent sanctuary among the Carian Greeks of Asia Minor at Lagina. Hecate is the daughter of Perses and Asteria, making her the granddaughter of the Titans Phoebe and Coet.
Who is it relating to? White and black, white and black, white and black. Black people say they're Kemetic. White people say they're them. White and black, white and black, white and black. Nah, man, it ain't funny, bro. It ain't funny at all, bro. I know what you mean, though. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds weird, right? Because they've been saying that the whole time. Yeah, they don't even know it. They're over here telling the white man to kiss their boots. White man's going to see them right there when slavery and shit. And they're like, you damn Negro. For real. Deuteronomy 7:6 is what verse. It's what verses like they use to justify how great the so-called Negros are, how powerful and strong they are, how they have great athletic abilities, and everyone wants to be just like the black man and the black woman. Yeah, that's the propaganda. That's the propaganda. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. It comes from there, but they don't care. They don't care, bro. Yeah, you see the medical symbol as well. That's why that's why I brought it up, because it's a heavy point, man. That it relates to it, But now some people are like, oh, it's medication. You shouldn't take medication. That's not what it means. Because medication is not bad if you apply it properly. For example, if you have diabetes, let's say, and you cannot, you really need the insulin. You can't wait for your body to because you can actually recover from it, but it takes a couple months with fasting and particular, herbs and diet. But if you need insulin right away, you need medication. So I'm not saying medication is bad, depending on what it is and how you consume it or what the intake is, right? But in this case, it's not about that. It's about the drug creation. And that drug creation creates addiction, like Oxycontin created addiction. They now say that we are the devils, that we are the terrorists, because supposedly it comes from the town that we come from. But yet you guys are the ones consuming it. Make that make sense. You consume it, but you blame other people. So it's kind of like, I'm not saying I am, but if I was a rapist and I raped a woman, what if I said, well, she wanted to be raped? It's not my fault. I could see it in her face. She wanted it. Isn't that the same thing? You see, in that case, I forced myself upon her. But what you're saying is nobody forced you to do drugs. Nobody told you sniff that shit. Nobody told you did school, and then sniff that coke, and then all of a sudden it has fentanyl, and he died like a dumbass. And now your white parents are all sad and shit. Oh my God. But nobody told you to do that. Nobody forced you. You did.
According to Hesiod's Theogony. Euripides, on the other hand, lists Leto as her mother. Other writers identify her as Zeus and Demeter's daughter, Aristean, or night. In certain religions, the goddess was connected with Demeter and even absorbed to her. Hecate was one of numerous deities worshipped as a defender of the oikos in ancient Athens, alongside Zeus, Hestia, Hermes, and Apollo. She was also seen as having some rulership over earth, sea, and sky in the post-Christian texts of the Chaldean oracles, as well as a
Earth, sea, and sky. Isn't that an acronym that they use in the military in America? Earth, sea, and sky. Isn't that what they do? Like Earth is the Air Force, sea is the Navy. I'm sorry, Earth is the Army Marines, sea is the Navy, and sky is the Air Force. And the Statue of Liberty is always holding a torch. And I see these women, and they're constantly holding torches. Huh.
Over earth, sea, and sky in the post-Christian texts of the Chaldean oracles, as well as a more universal role as savior, mother of angels, and the cosmic world soul. It has been said of her cult, she is more at home on the fringes than in the center of Greek polytheism. Intrinsically ambivalent and polymorphous, she straddles conventional boundaries and eludes definition. Hecate was commonly shown as three-formed or triple-bodied, while the goddess's earliest known depictions are solitary. Her oldest known depiction is a tiny clay figure discovered in Athens.
J.D. Power now ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with
an happy you at Vital.
An inscription on the statue is a dedication to Hecate written in 6th century style, although it lacks any additional symbols traditionally connected with the goddess. She is seated on a throne, with a chaplet around her head. The rest of the picture is quite basic. Hecate was linked to plant lore and the creation of medicines and poisons. She was said to teach these closely linked arts in particular. Medea was instructed by Hecate, according to Apollonius of Rhodes Argonautica. Hecate was reported to prefer garlic offerings, which were strongly tied with her worship. She is also sometimes connected with cypress, a tree associated with death and the underworld, and so devoted to many chthonic deities. Hecate was connected with boundaries, city walls, doors, crossroads, and by extension, worlds beyond or beyond the living world. She appears to have been particularly linked with being between, and is hence commonly referred to as a liminal deity. Hecate mediated not only between regimes, Olympian and Titan, but also between mortal and divine spheres. Hecate would naturally become has been cited
forward this a little bit, okay?
As evidence for her lunar nature, although this evidence is pretty late. No artwork before the Roman period connecting Hecate to the moon exists.
Now, remember this picture. You see how it's depicted similar to the Statue of Liberty. Okay? I want to show this to you because this is part of their thing. So when you talk about stars, it's relating to these things here. Baphomet, the 6-pointed star, occultism, music. Oh yeah, it's nuts. You see these signs. This is Sakari right here. I don't know why you guys use it, but whatever. You see how this is shaped different than what it's typically you should be looking like. Music, imagery has everything to do with witchcraft. And check this out. So now I'm going to show you this other video because this one's kind of long and
Nevertheless-
slow. I just wanted to point some things out that it says. But now let's listen to this. I like this one a lot. I'm going to speed it up because I wanted to get to the point, okay? So it's going to go about 4 minutes. I'll be in and out. Let's go.
Quite often in Greek mythology, the majority of the attention is drawn towards the Titans and the Olympians. Many of the gods born in between these two generations rarely receive any attention at all, and tales of myths regarding them are buried underneath stories of Zeus and his siblings, what we essentially consider today to be the mainstream gods of Greek mythology. Today we'll be taking a look at Hecate, the goddess most often associated with witchcraft and necromancy. But before we delve into anything in detail, when researching Hecate, one of the most common arguments I came across was how exactly to pronounce her name. The most common pronunciations that I came across were Hecate, Hecate, Hekate, and Heket, which all sound pretty reasonable to me. But if we take a look at the way it's pronounced in Greek, it's Ergati, which could easily be translated to both Hecate and Hecate, so I guess it comes down to personal preference on which part of the world you're from. I know when I first read the name, I was inclined to pronounce it Hecate, as to me that had a very witch-like feel, but with that being said, Hecate does also sound like the name you would give to a very old and ancient witch. Hecate was the daughter of Perses, the titan of destruction, and her mother was Asteria, the titan goddess of fallen stars and divination. Destruction, and her mother was Asteria, the titan goddess of fallen stars and divination. These were gifts that she passed down to her daughter, which is why Hecate is seen as a goddess of the night and the moon. Her most common depiction is that of a woman holding two torches.
See? A woman holding two torches. Acts 7:43. Jay, you took up the tabernacle of Moloch and the star of your god Remphan, figures which ye have made to worship them. I will carry you away beyond Babylon. For example, why do you even have the star? I don't understand. If you really think you are people of Yahweh our Father, why do you have the star? Like, I don't understand. Like, you want to get away from the cross, but then you jump on the star. I mean, you don't even use the menorah, for God's sakes. Like, okay, maybe, you know what I mean? But don't work. But no, that's the star. That's the Kari star. Oh, stupid kid, man.
Images that could be found outside many of the major cities, where it was believed that she would protect the inhabitants from evil spirits. Naturally, over the years, these images slowly creeped into households, where families believed that honoring the goddess meant that she would bring them protection as well as prosperity. Hecate was born in the period that came just before the Olympians, and during the war between the Olympians and the Titans, it's likely she sided with Zeus or took no side at all, which is why she wasn't banished like many of the other Titans. But when Mount Olympus was under siege from the giants, Hecate did offer her assistance, and she fought the giant Clytius, eventually defeating him with a pair of flaming torches. She was often associated with the spiritual underworld, commonly passing through and interacting with the dead, as well as ghosts and lost spirits. In quite a few accounts, Hecate is believed to have witnessed the abduction of Persephone. She then offered the goddess Demeter her assistance when looking for her daughter, using her torches to light Demeter's path every evening. When it was decided that Persephone would spend a portion of the year in the underworld and the rest on Earth, Hecate became Persephone's consort and companion within the underworld. With Persephone not yet quite adjusted to her new life in the underworld, Hecate did her best to comfort the young girl and ease her transition. Hades was so grateful with the help that she had given his new bride, that he invited Hecate to become a permanent resident in his kingdom, allowing her to come and go as she pleased. In the later years, Hecate was sometimes depicted as a three-headed god.
What image does that look like, family? Beyonce?
This, thought to represent a crossroads, as it was believed that Hecate could see in all three directions, the past, present, and the future. This led to crossroads being seen as sacred in some parts of ancient Greece. They were often marked by three masks facing in different directions, hanging from a pole. Spirit or ghost.
I chose which.
All right, so we got an idea. Now, as you can see, that this particular symbol represents, like, I think it's the other video. Let me see if I can get it, because I might have missed it. Maybe that was my mistake.
HAKETES is one of the characters in Greek mythology that has a divine authority and a power to control Helios in literary sources, and especially in cursing magic, has been cited as evidence for her lunar nature, although this evidence is pretty late. No artwork before the Roman period connecting Hecate to the moon exists. Nevertheless, the Homeric hymn to Demeter shows Helios.
It's okay. So let me show you this here. Look at that. On the bottom, stop, man. On the bottom, it says this right here. Watch this. Okay, it says here, short torch. The Roman times onward, the torches in her hand began to get smaller. The small torch was used in funerals. Remember the other one that says those who set ashore are sacrificed? So this again portrayed her as connected to spirits. Funeral torches were used in necromancy. Necromancy. Okay. I don't know if you guys understand. If you ever heard of New Colossus, she says, "Give me your poor, you're tired. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free." That shit ain't talking to us. You know that for a fact, because we didn't have to come from anywhere. They came here. You guys need to really do your digging on this particular thing. Look, this torch, the stars, Hydrogamous, and then look, this whole place is compact of. Man, I'm getting surprised more every single day. Let's listen to this video. I think it's very interesting. And
y'all listen to this shit right here.
Move, man. What the hell are you doing? All right, let's listen in.
I know what y'all are thinking. About damn time. No, you probably weren't thinking that, were you? You're probably thinking, JT, that was a weak pun. And maybe you're right. But you might have been thinking, the Hoover Dam. So what, JT? It's a hydroelectric dam. So what? It blocks the Colorado River and creates Lake Mead. So what? And I'm going to show you so what. It's more than what it seems. Let's take a look. This is what? Yeah. Did you guys know that there was creepy angels on top of the Hoover Dam? Sitting on weird black cubes? Yeah, that's strange, right? What are they doing on top of the Hoover Dam? Maybe we should take a closer look at one of them. Yeah. That's weird, right? That's kind of ominous looking. Sinister even. What is that doing on top of the dam? Maybe we should look at some more pictures for some context, shall we? Yeah, okay, so there's a compass with astrology, some zodiac signs on it. Maybe the angels are related to the the sign of Taurus.
Remember, I showed you the other page relating to crosses. Remember, I showed you why it's important to understand all of these things. Why is there crosses? Why does Sakari use these 6-pointed stars? Why do Khazars use a 6-pointed star? Why is the statue considering with one hand up and one hand down, like holding it? Do you understand now? And there's a torch on top of his head. And there's a star in front of his forehead, but she has a star behind with one hand up. The torch is up here. The hand's over here. She means he.
Maybe? I don't know. Let's keep looking. Maybe it's this. This pyramid pointing at this strange word. Thuban. Actually, Thuban comes from an Arabic word that means large serpent or dragon. Huh, you guys making any connections? Large serpents, dragons, angels. Huh. I don't know. Maybe. Let's look at another picture. Hey, check it out. That's pretty cool. An eagle right in front of those angels. And the wings are kind of doing something a little odd. They're kind of going up and there's this light going backwards. You know what that kind of looks like? It kind of looks like a Freemasonry compass and square. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Suddenly, this is making a lot of sense. Let's take a look at one more picture. So what we have here is a memorial plaque to commemorate the over 100 men who lost their lives building this dam. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I find this inscription a little bit creepy. They died to make the desert bloom. What's that supposed to mean? Is the implication that they couldn't build the dam without the death? Desert couldn't bloom without the sacrifices? Are they talking about a hydroelectric dam? Are they talking about Baal in ancient Mesopotamia? I don't know. Maybe the angels and the weird astrology does actually make sense after all.
That to me was like, whoa, whoa. Now it even gets more interesting because remember I showed you the whole musical pictures, right? You thought, nah, I couldn't. Yeah, listen to this. Okay, this is about 2-3 minutes long. Let's go.
Interval in musicology. That when you play 7/4/1 with 5/2/8, it creates such an annoying and dissonant energy, diseasing, stressful, that if you continue to listen to it, you could die. They have held the secret knowledge by which the pyramids were constructed based on the math. All of the universe is constructed according to these 9 tones. They knew about them. In fact, they instituted. In fact, it was the Rockefeller Foundation in 1939 that instituted the world's standard tuning. The Western world tunes to a 440 hertz frequency. That when you tune your instrument to that, the F sharp note is 7/4/1. Precisely. Not 7.41.1 or 0.2, it's 7/4/1. I began to investigate 528 by a divine revelation that was given to a Dr. Joseph Paleo back in 1997, along with the original musical scale, the original solfeggio. It was 6 notes by which the hymn to St. John the Baptist was sung. That was known as the most spiritually uplifting hymn of all the ages. And the 3rd note of that scale was miracle note, 528. So it was ut, re, mi, fa, sol, la, and the 3rd note, mi, miragistorum in Latin, means miracles in English. So from that moment on, I began to think of 528 as something very special, but I had no clue whatsoever what it really was. I had no knowledge whatsoever about it being a love frequency, nor did I have any concept that it was the prophesied key to the house of David. In the book of Isaiah in the Old Testament, 22:22, and in book of Revelation 3:6-8, it talks in the end times about an angel from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, coming and heralding a miraculous key that opened doors that no man can close and closed doors that no man can open. I had no knowledge whatsoever that that was 528. And now we have substantive evidence, massive amounts of evidence. It turned out that when we discovered the original musical scale, there was not just 6, but a total of 9 core creative frequencies to the universe.
So if you guys consider 369 and the number 2, okay? Don't exclude the number 2 in this case. Let's continue.
That is, everything in the universe is made from 9 notes, only 9. And that the first 6 are the solfeggio, and then there's 3 additional ones that form a perfect circle of sound. And that perfect circle of sound looks something like this. If you graph it, So the first 6 notes, 396, 417, 528, 639, 741, 852, was the original solfeggio scale. The 528 that you can see on my left in green is the color green. It's the heart of the rainbow. That's the miracle note from the original solfeggio note, from the original solfeggio scale. And the other note that you see, 741, which is part of nature, is called the devil's interval in musicology. That when you play 741 with 528, it creates such an annoying and dissonant energy, diseasing, stressful, that if you continue to listen to it, you could die. And so that the concept here is interesting. In the world today, we have people who are controlling virtually everything economically, geopolitically. Their agenda has been population manipulation, population control for millennia. They have held the secret knowledge, the ancient music, by which the pyramids were constructed based on the math. All of the universe is constructed according to these 9 tones. They knew about them. In fact, they instituted. In fact, it was the Rockefeller Foundation in 1939 that instituted the world's standard tuning. The Western world tunes to a 440 hertz frequency. That when you tune your instrument to that, the F sharp note is 741. Precisely. Not 7.41.1 or 0.2, it's 741, which meant that there was a clear, scientifically researched intent, and indeed that's exactly what happened. The 741 A440 link came out of military research in the 1930s.
In case you guys don't understand what that means, it means that you are in the matrix. And by the way, sorry about you hearing that call. Somebody called me. I don't know who it is. And I don't know who it was. And if I don't call you and I don't know you, then, and I can tell you're trying to sell me, then I'm going to hang up on you. It's just how I am. Okay? Anyhow, let's continue. Give me a second here real quick. Let me see what I got next. Oh, I want to show this to y'all. We're almost done, family. This is from come on, man. Save it. Oh, here goes. It was talking about numbers, right? This is from the book that I have, The Creed of Druidism. On the bottom, I'm going to read to y'all this. It says here, the word Baal and Baal were as common in the east for the name of deity as was Jupiter in the west. You see that? Baal came from Ham, the son of Cush, okay? I'm sorry, Cush, the son of Ham. Cush was a big devil worshiper. And as we know, the sons of Ham are devil worshippers. That's what it is. That's why you see debauchery, over sexualization, just abortions left and right, miscegenation of all kinds. What do you want me to talk about? Pedophilia, homosexuality, all that shit. You know what I mean? Again, that's your style, but hey, we're not those people. The word Baal and Baal were as common. The name Baal is an interesting one from a philological point, of view. It is composed of 3 radical, denominated in Hebrew, Bet, Aleph, Lamed, which corresponds with Arabic letters like Ba, Aleph, Lam, or the Greek Beta, Alpha, Lambda. Who is the boule? Who the boules at? The boules, that's all they are. Alpha, Kappa, Gamma, all that shit, right? Okay. Again, white folks, black folks, you're not getting away from me. I'm going to slap you both. Today, you're getting it both. So you can't say, oh, I'm anti. No. Uncle Tremont fair. I'm not trying to favor them. I'm showing you who you both are. And you love to run and say, oh, the white man did it. The white man did it. But I'm telling you, you did it too. And what do? You run from me. Get your ass over here. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Each of these letters has a numerical value. You see what I'm saying, family? In Arabic, Phoenician, oh, shoot. Phoenician, West African, Canaanite. Stop trying to be native. You're not our gente. I show you on Facebook. I call you out and I say, come to this channel. I'll debate you. You guys all run. Listen, I'm not hyping it up, fam. If somebody does show up, man, I'll give you mad respect. If you just decide to click the link and be like, listen, I just want to prove my point. Let's continue. Hebrew and Greek. B, when it is used as numerical, stands for 2. A for 1. L for 10. Thus making a total of 33. So again, 33. Now, remember Kappa, Gamma, all that shit? Negros love to push it. Whites love to push it. So you guys are right tied to the hip. Each number is regarded as a mystical number. So remember, the 33, right? The Pythagorean regards the number 2 as representing intellect or wisdom, the source of all things. So now, if you divide, or I would say, multiply 2 or divide 2 into 6, it's 33. Now, if you add 7, 4, 1 together, it adds to 12. Divided by 2, it's 6. I don't get into numbers, but I'm very good at math. I don't want to boast, but when I was in the 5th grade, I won a contest. I answered 100 multiple questions in less than 60 seconds, like 56 seconds. I was a beast when it came to like memory, and my brain was like processing shit real fast. Maybe I still am able to do it. I don't know, man. I'm getting old. It doesn't happen the same. But I'm just saying, it is what it is. Now, when we talk about these particular numbers and 33s and all these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really got to question. We really got to pay attention. I'm going to show you this long video, but I'm not going to show you the long video. I'm going to show you the short one, okay? Because the long one is long.
Of an idol to...
If they tell me that you're not worshiping Diana, Prince of Ephesus, or the Queen of Heaven, or whatever, then I don't know what the hell you guys are literally not. Like, it's right in your face. You guys are literally worshipers of this. In Freemasonry, the highest level of degree is 33 degrees. Lord means Baal. Imagine how the book has been written. Exactly. That's why I don't exclude any of the books. I bring them all, and I put faith in my Father that He's going to lead me the right path. That's all we can do. And I'm not going to bug out and turn into what the other guy did from what's his name? Ancient Watchman. I guess he's a fucking wizard now. Bruh, come on, bro. You Rasa, homie. You just went a wizard. You went white on us. Anyways, let's go. All right, we're almost done.
Giant replica. Right here on the screen behind me, this is a giant replica of an idol to Athena, the Greek goddess Athena, that sits in a replica of the Greek Parthenon in the very heart of Nashville, Tennessee.
You walk up and look in, your mind goes down this line, your eyes go down this line, and they meet at the statue.
Yeah.
You are drawn into the statue because the columns don't go from floor to ceiling.
There's an awful lot of occult symbolism in your world. Here behind me, this on her shield is the face of Medusa with all the serpents coming out, peeking straight out at you. We're going to take a look at that. But in your world right now today, there is an awful lot of occult symbolism, some call secret society symbolism in your world today. Here in the form of a enormous statue to the Greek goddess Athena.
That little creature is 6 foot 4 inches tall. Hey, young man, you about 6'4"? That little creature is as tall as you are, 6'4". I'm talking about the little one. The little creature in her hand right there, 6'4".
Now I'd like to, if I may, draw your attention to this angel-looking character in our replica of a Greek idol of Athena's hand right here, this angel-looking character right here. Now, in the ancient world, whether you lived in Egypt or Babylon or at the time of the Greeks or Romans, you would bring homage. You would pay homage to the gods. You saw these gods as very real.
But now you know the reason it draws you in.
Yeah, and that is nearly 7 feet tall.
6'4". That little creature is 6'4". How tall is that man?
Very real, right on the other side of reality, in another dimension kind of real. Maybe as close as the air between your fingers real. But you would pay homage to those gods. What's funny to me is that in this modern age, you may still be paying homage to those gods. This angel-looking character in the hand right here is none other than the ancient goddess Nike, of course. The goddess of
Hey, sis, Elisheva, I think you remember I once said it's a capitalist spiritual contribution. This is it. Exactly what I was talking about. All my classes have a purpose, and stuff that I say tend become later on because I've had been working on these things for quite some time. I just don't get around to it as quick as I want to. Okay? So don't think that what I'm doing is just from now. Listen, I have material for days, family. If there's anybody here that thinks, any enemy that thinks that I'm gonna run out of material, I don't run out of material. I still have like 20 more things to talk about. I'm constantly jotting stuff down. So this isn't BHI shit. It's not the repetitiveness. F the white man. We black people are the greatest. Blah, 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 kiss my boots, whatever. It's the same thing every year, every week, every day. Woolly hair. Oh, black women are so bad. It's the same shit every time. And blame the white man for your stupidities. No, we don't do that in this channel. We are consistently growing. Jeremiah 12:16. If they will diligently learn the ways of my people to swear by my name, as the Lord liveth, just as they taught my people to swear by Baal, they will be built up among my people. That's beautiful, sis, man. That's a great scripture right there. Man, I've never seen that one. Well, maybe I read it different, but I never seen it. Let me read it here. Let's see. It's the same. And it shall come to pass, if they will diligently learn the ways of... Okay, I have read it. If they will diligently learn the ways of my people to swear by thy name, the Lord Yahoo. Here, I'll show you. Okay? It goes right here. If it shall come to pass, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people to swear 7 oaths by my name, Yahoo. By my name, Yahoo lives, as they taught my people to swear by Baal, then shall they be built in the midst of my people. Why do you think translation, like the sister said, is gone grotesque? It's our job. Hey, yeah, bro. Too many freaking mushrooms, man. He's eating what? He's eating mushrooms now? I think trying to see those entities, bro, that's crazy. I think he used, and I'm not trying to knock him with like, F nah, man. You know, at first he was going good, bro, like trying to show us who Canaanites were. And sometimes people get desperate, you know, because not a lot of people are waking up. Maybe that's what happened. But he tried to say that Sirach 42 or 43 or 47, when he like strengthens your memory, you drank the roll, you ate the roll. Like, hey, he's talking about, nah, bro. He's talking about like you actually chew on the scriptures and you literally are the one chewing on it. And after a while, he strengthens your memory. Not right away, dummy. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Many are called, but few are. Yeah. Anyways, that's a great scripture, sis. I like it. Hold on a second. Let me read it again because I didn't finish the end. It says, and it shall come to pass if they will diligently learn the ways of my people to swear 7 oaths by my name, Yahoo lives, as they taught my people to swear by Baal, then shall they be built in the midst of my people. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's how you can actually be 7 and 6, Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For you are a holy people unto Yahoo, the Most High. Okay, Yahoo, the Most High. Yahoo, the Most High, has chosen you to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Yahoo did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people, meaning you were whackety whack, not blackety black, Ak.
Wait a minute.
But because Yahoo loved you by giving you the law, statutes, and commandments and wisdom, and because he would guard you, and he would guard the oath which he swore 7 oaths unto your fathers, meaning that you won't go buck nutty and become like these other nations, robbing and stealing and having abortions and not raising your family right. Because that's what it's about with us. I'm gonna play you a song at the end in Spanish, whether you like it or not. I don't give a shit. But it's about family. I miss my father. It's a dedication to our abuelos and our abuelas. I'm gonna play it at the end. But it has everything to do with what we're about. This nation of mine, this blood that I have in my body, I want it to be a legacy so my children can actually express themselves under the words of our father. That's what I want. I don't care about flash or material or how money you. No, man. Son, are you going to be this? Daughter, are you going to be that? Are you going to respect our creator? Are you going to love him no matter what? Are you going to set him before anything? Are you going to honor your parents by honoring yourself? Now, I know you Canaanites and you Edomites and you all these other nations don't understand that, but I know that you know one thing about Meshiachas. You can't take that shit from us because you know that we're about familia. And tomorrow's on the weekend, family, I got a great video called Anointed. You're going to be surprised and impressed by that there's a reason why the word came out of Cali and how we were going to blow the sound all the way down south. Clearly, the reason why there is a Meshiach or Mexicas in Mexico, or we kept the name, is because that says something about you people. So we are going to take our name back. And the hell with these damn Canaanites that want to be Judites, because they're not. So what we're going to do, we're going to start setting examples of who we are by action, not by yelling and screaming, not by dressing up with long-ass, stupid-ass fringes all the way down to your feet while you're still sleeping with the guy next door to you, or sleeping with your officer or your officer's captain, IUIC, or your brother's wife, IUIC. Your shit is over. Let's continue.
Of athletics. Perhaps we're still throwing incense on the fire to the ancient gods. The checkmark symbol right there is said to be Nike's wing right there. The magical Disney character Tinkerbell is also said to have been inspired by the Greek goddess Nike. We really have not actually left those ancient.
Who pushes Nike? Nike Images. Sorry, I didn't spell it right. Nike famous people. Black and white. Blackety black, wackety white. Black, black, black. Wasn't he number 33? Look at this. It's ridiculous. And you want reparations? For what? For pushing the devil? For promoting your promiscuousness? Or but should we celebrate your abortions? And for white folks, what you want us to do? Give you like praise you for the slaughter, the murder, the laws that you passed to allow these abortions? And then after we find tunnels all over your places? Let's continue.
Ancient mythologies, if they be that, of old. Disney oftentimes seems to have an awful lot of mystical white witch, black witch in it, doesn't it?
Hey, did you say white and black? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
The Greeks believed in many monsters and strange creatures. One such monster is the griffin. It had the head and wings of an eagle, the tail of a lion. In its function, it was a guardian of treasure, like a dragon is a guardian of treasure, that made griffins an appropriate figure for the four corners of the Parthenon's roof. So when you see gargoyles on the top of the roof, that comes from these guys here, the griffins.
So now you understand the dam. Those were gargoyles. Gargoyles.
A lot of people probably didn't even know this thing existed. We did a full walkthrough of it, and I wanted to go through. They did a very good job of holding to much of the ancient symbolism. Now, what the Parthenon is a temple on the Athenian Acropolis in Greece that is dedicated. This is its crumbling remains over here on the side. In fact, people actually travel from Greece to Nashville to come look at the replica that they built there. This is what the Greek Parthenon would have looked like in Athens. And the temple is dedicated, so to the Greeks, this would have been dedicated to the goddess Athena, who is would have been the daughter of Zeus. And we're just going to walk up. This is my first walk-in inside of this replica of a Greek temple. The Greek Parthenon is often claimed to be a symbol of ancient Greece and also a symbol of democracy and Western civilization. You'll notice that your universities, you have fraternities and sororities. These come from the Greek.
Those are black boulets. Right there, right there, right there. Real quick.
Okay, so this is a big topic discussed and learned. In order to protect this ministry, I have been led to upload this week's video directly on my website and on Patreon. I don't feel this content goes against YouTube's guidelines, but I cannot gauge how they determine this. So content like this, I will be uploading on my website directly from now on. Just trying to play chess and move how Father leads me. You can go directly to the video from this link. The link to the video is in the link below, and I will also pin it to the top of the comments as well. If for whatever reason the traffic on the site slows the site down, please come back later and it will be resolved. I thank you for your support and understanding.
Yeah, make sure you give us money though. Make sure you give us money though. Make sure you give us money. Don't forget though, man, just give us money though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I'm doing something for you black folks and shit. Matter of fact, how come you guys don't give me money? Look at this, man. We are boule, educated satanic bitches who serve white. No, you serve yourselves. Yeah, see, they want to say that. No sean mamones, cabrones. You guys are in cahoots with the white man. You're not serving him. He's serving you. Oh, did you not know there's a black pope? The main dude?
So here you are, the only exact replica anywhere in the world of the ancient Parthenon.
Okay.
The giant steps are giant for what reason? Because when you pick your knee up that high, your head goes down and you are bowing to the goddess. The mathematics of the step. Not the part you put your foot on, but the other part.
Right.
The slope is a number, and that's the number where your head goes down. You're forced to bow to their goddess.
Okay. A lot of that architecture, particularly these pillars that are on the outside of the building, sort of brought me to think about architecture from ancient Egypt. Now, here on this side, we have one of these fancy corrugated pillars that we see in the time of the Romans and the Greeks. And on both government and religious buildings, even of this modern age, we copied both the Romans and the Greeks in a great many of ways. These are often referred to as wisdom pillars right here.
So look at the empty space, okay? You might have to turn around and get that last column row at the end down there. What I'm saying is the negative space, the empty space, the sky and everything under the sky. What shape do you see?
You can see that is a heavy. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. All will be revealed coming through like a homie.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
I will not disclose your identity, my brother. I'm just kidding. I mean, I won't. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying. So this brother right here sent us this right here. All will be revealed. Let's go one by one. So we have Baal Melkart. You see the staff, the hand up, with some type of helmet showing crowns or horns, and a dress. And you see the 5-pointed star, Correcto Mundo, right? I also see something else, like an arrow. I'm not sure why. Oh, hold on a second. Now I know. Oh, that's what you... Oh, man. That's... Oh, wow. Check this out, family. So that's where they got the stars. So that's why the scriptures are very clear to us in regards to what the Most High wanted from us and made sure not to go and do some stupidity. No seas pendejo, güey, como dice. You know, like the Father says, no seas pendejo, güey. I gave you these for you to kind of like, for example, I give you a car to get to work. Don't worship the car because you can get to work. Hello. Deuteronomy 4:19. Unless you lift up your eyes unto the heavens. Remember that God was saying that he makes you bow down, right? In this case, that statue makes you bow down so then you can spiritually lift up your eyes to them. And when you see the sun and the moon and the stars, even of the host of heavens, should be driven to worship them and serve them, which Yahoo, the Most High, has divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. What that means, and honestly, it's not really giving them that to worship. What he's saying is like, listen, I gave it for everybody. But in other scriptures, it talks about how they fell into those idolatries because that's who they are from the get-go. Remember Wisdom of Solomon 12? Since the beginning, they've been this way. You gave them a chance, but hey, a crooked tree can never be straight. Sorry, Canaan, you ain't getting none of this. Yes, you will get the crumbs if you want to, if you learn how to respect. But we understand that not even in the position that the Most High assumed to give you, you don't even know how to handle that. You don't even know what humility is. Yo, if you were chosen, the Most High's like, let me see what these dudes do. He's like, he made fun of you. Like, bro, is this what I'm saying? These guys they're not my kids. Look at these bastards. What are you thinking they're better than everybody? They're so magnificent. Look how they're sitting left and right. You guys ain't shit. That's why to serve them, which Yahoo, the Most High, has divided unto all nations under the whole heaven, which is why Isaiah 44 says clearly, those that make graven images are an example of themselves. An example of themselves. So then this is the problem with people, that they see these stars, the moon, and say, oh my God. I said, but no. Like, for example, I don't do that. I'm following so I can keep the Sabbath. That's it. I don't have no honor to. I don't pay on. No. I understand that the Most High created me, and I'm more important than them. So my job is to follow my Father in every way, shape, or form. And not by assumptions of, oh, I see the stars. That's all I can see. You got no faith. You got no faith, son. If you need to see an image of a black man or a white man to make you believe in a creator, then you got no faith, son. You weak. You can have all the muscles in the world, all that woolly hair and shit, and all that blonde stuff, all that blue eyes. It don't matter. You got a weak. We see it. Because no matter what you do to our raza, we still happy as hell. And we still honor our parents as best as we can. Orion carries the sun. You see that? He's holding you see that? You see that? The Statue of Liberty holding the torch. You see the arrow right there? The arrow means justice. So if you break their laws, they will, kind of example, if you break the law, they put you in jail. So that's why she's holding the book, the law, the arrow. Remember that through they wet their tongues with arrows. What's that scripture at? Anybody can get it for me? I can't remember. What's that? Psalm, some shit. Hold on. Who? What? Let's see. Who wet their tongues? Let me see if I can find it. There it goes. Psalm 64:3. It says, I'll go to verse 1. Hear my voice. Hear my voice, O Most High, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot arrows, even with bitter words. What are those bitter words? I'll show you the bitter words. Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words, bitter words, against the Most High, and shall wear out the Shium, you mean the people of the Most High, and think to change the times and laws. And they shall be given unto his hand until a period of a time, and a dividing a time. Daniel 8:25. Watch this real quick. And through his policy, through words, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, in his mind. And by peace shall destroy many. Verse 3, Psalm 64. Who wet their tongues like a word, to wet their tongues like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. It's right in front of you. We are Orion. We are Egypt. We are Rome. And we will subjugate you. Statue of Liberty, Libertas, Helios. Man. We see it again. See that? Nimrod destroys the lion, meaning who? Yahoo Shalom. That is the point. That's why when they came, and Revelation says, they shall send gifts among another. Why do you think they celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas in November and December? Everything that they do is for a purpose. It's a reminder to enslave us, because it's a spiritual enslavement. They came in 1492 in August. Remember that, right? Prior to that, they were in battle. They lost the war in August of 1493. I'm sorry, July. No, I'm sorry, January, or the beginning of 1491. They were given until October. They lost the war in October or August, and then they were given 2 months to get out between October and December. And then in January of 1492 is when Granada fell. Why do you guys think I did the class on Swarte Pete? They're constantly reminding us of who conquered you and around what time they came into the promised land. This is the promised land. This enemy is here to enslave the children of Yahoo Shalom. I'm sorry. That's their motive apparatus. Helios Christos. You better know what you're studying. But don't neglect the book. You can't pick and choose. You got to go in this 100%. 100%. And Lord willing, Most High is calling you. Lord willing, he has intent for you to make it. Other than that, family, I'm going to finish it with this video. I hope that it doesn't get too, anyways, I'm going to play it. And hopefully you guys can finish it. I'm going to speed it up. And then we're out. Okay? So I hope it was edifying. I really appreciate y'all being here. Once I'm done with this, I should be, anyways, I'll get ready for my classes again. Before I go, I want to show you this real quick. Sorry, I almost forgot. Baal. This is from the Bible dictionary, okay? Give me a second here. This is Baal, Bible dictionary. And look at Baal, how he's standing. You see that? A helmet with one hand standing and the right hand kind of like holding, you can hold a book that way. Again, wear a dress. Who's Baal? You guys are familiar. Baala, Lord, possessor, husband. The word Baal appears in the Old Testament. You see a lot of different things, but I want to get to the point. Baal is not the name of one god, but the name of the presiding deity of any given locality. You see that? Egypt, Greece, Rome, America. Because the worship of Baal was much the same everywhere in Canaan. We got Negroes here. So as you know, wherever they follow, their God will be with them. In time, Baal came to represent the idea of God. The Baalim were the gods of the land, owning and controlling it, and increased the crops, fruit, and cattle that was under their control. You see this here? Baal was worshipped in high places. The daughter of the heathen king of the Zidonians. The worship of Jehovah, which is not the Most High, was almost supplanted by Baal. No, it technically is him. The struggle between Baalism and Judaism came to a head-on mount. Now that is crazy. I'm going to look at that later on. On the bottom it says, the worship of Baal, incense and burnt sacrifices, meaning abortions. The highest abortion rate is from a particular nation in America. And they say they have melanin and woolly hair. And that's why they're the children of God. Lasciviousness riots. Worshipping yourselves. You call yourselves gods. You have burnt offerings. I mean, you're very hard to believe. But anyhow, let's look at this and then no, that's not. Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna speed it up. You guys have a good night. Hope you stick around. I'm gonna play a song after that, and then we're done. All right. Hold on a second. What you got, bro? Revelation 3:15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth, man. I like that one so much. I like that so much, man, because it's true. Y'all need to start putting your break in. All right, family, let's enjoy this video, and then we out.
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
You can't handle the truth. 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 You can't handle the truth.
You want the truth, but what if the truth is terrifying? Will truth be in the end of days and it's terrifying? They wanna change your DNA and it's terrifying. So many people fell away that it's terrifying. The wrath of God is on the way and it's terrifying. So many people, they don't pray and it's terrifying. Where will you go on judgment day? That is terrifying. So many things you laughed off and called it a conspiracy, and you start connecting dots and all becomes so clear to see. At war with the Antichrist, my question is, you here with me? I'ma keep preaching till I'm part of or they bury me.
And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they should believe a lie, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
The first coronavirus vaccines were administered.
The first person to get the biotech shot was 90-year-old Margaret Keenan in England. Margaret Keenan in England.
Margaret Keenan in England. Margaret Keenan in England.
Margaret was treated as somewhat of a hero and was sent off with applause from nurses as she left the hospital. No less heroic is the second person to get a COVID jab. An 81-year-old man named William Shakespeare. An 81-year-old man named William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare.
The world is a stage. The world is a stage.
An 81-year-old man named William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare.
The whole world is a stage.
Have to show their allegiance to the beast. The 666 symbolism. I want you to see this. It's right in the face.
New Mazda 6, the soul of a sports car.
New Mazda 6, the soul of a sports car.
You think you're possessed?
No. My fetus is.
The Evil season finale, Thursday on CBS.
All right, Tom, go ahead.
665.
665. Go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna go 666.
665. Go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna go 666.
Now, just because I'm his father, he'll get no special treatment. He calls me coach just like everyone else, which he'll be doing as our new starting quarterback.
Doing as our new starting quarterback.
What a rip! You have to ask yourself the question many are afraid to ask. Why else would the dragon on the chessboard of deception promote 666 over and over and over again into the minds of the masses using lesser magic in predictive programming through the magic wand of Hollywood? Why would he do it unless he was preparing to release the mark? Now I know there are some that are watching that are having a war within their own mind to accept the reality of what they are watching in real time. Do you understand what the probability is that all of this would just be a coincidence? That all of these movies, cartoons, and shows just so happen to subliminally have 666 over and over again? And I know there are so many that don't want to accept this reality that the whole world is a stage and that the dragon is operating on the chessboard of deception. And he has so many players, from kings, queens, presidents, and popes, all the way down to actors, and the list goes on. And I understand why some of you would resist this reality.
The world is a stage.
Because to accept this as a fact would literally shatter the bubble that you thought was life.
The whole world is a stage.
And then you would have no choice but to accept the reality that your favorite celebrities secretly take orders from the dragon on the chessboard of deception.
The world is a stage. Till you realize that they're telling lies. Open up your eyes. The world is a stage. What will it take for me to get you to believe? Or will you be deceived? The whole world is a stage. In the end of days, you think it's getting strange. Wait till we turn the page. The world is a stage.
The book of Revelation is unraveling right before your very eyes. Yet billions are blinded by the God of this world.
The world is a stage.
But the question is, do you have Christ in your life? Because without him, you're not gonna make it.
The whole world is a stage.
Because the things that are about to come upon this earth, most are not prepared to go through.
The world
ears to hear, I want you to watch this in the spirit.
Hi, COVID.
Hello.
Will you tell us about your head-to-toe look?
When I was designing, I just wanted to play around with pattern and kind of break down the monotony of what otherwise Pat could do. So I just started cutting it up. I wanted to create shapes. I wanted to create volume.
What I loved here is the boldness of that print.
As soon as she walked out, I thought, oh, she's sick, but like sick in a good way. It's
Loved
sick.
COVID's look.
Loved.
Do you mind putting your mask back on? Do you mind putting your mask back on? Thank you.
Do you mind putting your mask back?
No. That is a sentence that you are far too familiar with.
But when you're done drinking, please put your mask back on.
When you're done drinking, please put your mask back on.
Loved COVID's look.
Loved.
Do you mind putting your mask back on? Do you mind putting your mask back on?
But I know there are those that are mockers and those that refuse to believe the truth of what is really going on. Just like on the day those two metal objects flew into those two towers in New York City. And it just so happens to be that the president was in the classroom while the children were told to chant, "Plane must hit steel."
It's the towers! They're falling!
Hello, Earth. I'm Alec Baldwin, TV star. You know, they say TV will rot your brain. That's absurd. TV only softens the brain like a ripe banana. Take it all the way. We've created Hulu. Hulu beams TV directly to your portable computing devices, giving you more of the cerebral gelatinizing shows you want anytime, anywhere, for free.
I only act out because I want you to lose.
Mushy mush. And the best part is there's nothing you can do to stop it. I mean, what are you going to do, turn off your TV and your computer?
And that's how we roll.
Because we're aliens. 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 And that's how we roll.
Remember, as the days of Noah were, so shall it be when I return, saith the Lord. So when you see things online that almost seem unbelievable, rest assured that the fact checkers will come through to the rescue and give you the peace of mind to go back to sleep in your little bubble where you don't have to face the reality of what is really going on.
In the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper, and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Revelation chapter 18, the very scripture that says the whole world was deceived by sorcery in the end of the days during the reign of the Antichrist. I want you to remember that word sorceries, as we have been crying out, warning you for many years. But before that, I want us to talk about the word merchants, because it says that the merchants were the great men of the earth. And it's very clear that the word great doesn't mean they were honorable. It means they were the ones with power from the Antichrist. What does this mean? So let us bring it all together. The dragon, the beast, in the last hour will have power, but not of his own. And the merchants of the earth will be the way he implements the abomination.
Hey everyone, please leave New York City and Los Angeles and California.
Shalom, family. I appreciate y'all being here, man. Yeah, man. I'm kind of out of words, to be honest, man. Let's just finish it up. All right, you guys have a good night. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Lord willing, I'll be back on, I believe, let's see, Friday. All right, we got that class going on. Please show. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do any classes from this point forward unless something comes up. But Saturday, I'm going to have that class called Anointed. Please make sure you guys not only subscribe, but put your notifications on. I know some of you guys are telling me that you're not notified, but you got to click on the notification. Like, well, I can't notify it here. You know what I'm saying? But there's a notification where you can actually subscribe and then click it twice. Make sure it turns on. This one right here, you don't want to miss. I'm going to show you a heavy video. As you can see where the shofar is coming from, meaning the mouthpiece is going to come out of here. It's going to blow all the way through the anointed. The Meshiach, the real, not the fake ones, but the real leaders of these people. Believe it or not. Sorry to tell you, Canaan, you can come here and prove me wrong. I'm still waiting. Let's go. Good night. Sorry, family. That wasn't the song I wanted to play. I did say I was going to play something. And this goes to my brothers and sisters, to their abuelos or abuelas too. I really wish that they would have been here, if they're not alive, to have seen and heard these changes, that we're all experiencing. Or at least what we're learning, because a lot of them spoke about God and no te preocupes, mijito, todo va a estar bien, que Dios te bendiga, stuff like that, How I prayed so much, man, that my father would have seen the changes that I've gone through. Because he before he passed away, he repented and he did his best to ask God for forgiveness. I don't know to what extent, but only He knows. Only God knows that if I'll be able to see him again. But Lord willing, I do, man. Okay. Again, I appreciate you guys, man. Hopefully you guys this song, all right, family. Again, it's about 4 minutes, man, and but it's to my abuelos and my abuelas, to my father, and to my mother too, and to myself, because I will be here one day. I will die, and hopefully my kids think like this about me, or hopefully their kids think of me like this. I love you, family, man. I really do. All right, stay strong. Repentance is every day. Examine yourselves every single day. Let's go. Good night.
Vénganse, ándale. Ándale. Eso, corran los chapulines, hijos de la madre.
Querido abuelo, tu recuerdo aquí en mi alma siempre está. Daría todo por sentirte y abrazarte una vez más. Se mira triste el rancho desde que no estás, y aquella viejecita no puedo ocultar que le haces falta. Su sonrisa ya no ha vuelto a ser igual. Querido abuelo, tus sombreros siguen en el mismo lugar, y aquellas tierras necesitan que las vuelvas a sembrar. Lo que te conté de niña hoy es realidad. Desde arriba yo sé que de mi orgulloso estás. Quiero que sepas que es un honor tu sangre representar. Tú siempre decías, persigue tus sueños, cuentas con mi apoyo de acá desde lejos, que para vernos ya habrá más tiempo, pero no fue así, ya no hubo más tiempo. Y cómo olvidar cuando los visitaba, el olor del campo todas las mañanas. No me importaba dormir en el suelo, yo era millonaria, no más con tenerlos, no más con tenerlos. Siempre decías, persigue tus sueños. Cuentas con mi apoyo y acá desde lejos, que para vernos ya habrá más tiempo. Pero no fue así, ya no hubo más tiempo. Y cómo olvidar cuando los visitaba, el olor del campo todas las mañanas. No me importaba dormir en el suelo, yo era millonaria. No más contenerlos, no más contenerlos.
Estamos muy orgullosos de ti. Le pedimos mucho a Dios que te cuide y te bendiga.
Pues eso mismo que dice ella es lo mismo que digo yo. Que Dios te bendiga.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.